Soundstripe.
Hello and welcome to the Natalie Wise Woman Podcast, a place where I bring the wise women and men of this world to discuss different topics related to becoming your highest potential. Enjoy this episode. Hello and welcome to this episode of the Natalie Wise Woman Podcast. Today I have with me beautiful Marleena Lehtimaa, who is also a podcast host of the Amir and Marleena podcast in Finland. And this kind of topic came from a post that Marleena had wrote on her Facebook, and it was something that I had been thinking about a lot also lately, and it is called a sister wound. And I really kind of, when you wrote this post, I was like, I want to talk about this and I want to really shed some light on this topic, because it is something that I think that almost all women have experienced in some shape or form. And it's very interesting because if you look at the core of what the feminine is, it is this collaboration and working together. And if you look back, like when we used to live in villages, women used to, share the chores and take care of the kids and do everything together, and cooperation was really the way to live. And now it feels like so often there's this kind of competition and jealousy between women, and even in spiritual circles. Like, I've been kind of shocked how it can become this kind of competition of, oh, I've done more spiritual healing than you, and I'm better than you. And it's kind of like we're trying to compete, which is a very masculine feature in a sense. And I've experienced this throughout my life, both, of course, beautiful women that are there to support, but also this where if you want to do something different and you are standing in your power, then women kind of tend to, drag you down a little bit. And even lately this year, being around women that have come very far in their careers and are a little bit older, I heard a lot of comments about, oh, you little princess, and kind of these kind of, putting me down. So it's very interesting to experience where these things come from. Like, why do women feel the need to compete with each other? So this is something that I want to go deeper into with you, Marleena, today. But first, I wanted to ask a little bit if you want to share like a short version of how you ended up on this journey, kind of your own spiritual path, doing what you do right now.
Oh, wow. One question. Thank you for inviting me. And this is really important topic. I also was like, yes, let's talk about this. And so about my life shortly, like
your spiritual path, how you ended up on doing a podcast and everything you're doing right now.
Yeah. So my history have been like my mother have been always like spiritual person, and she have been like, from my childhood, I have been like really, really sensitive child, and I have felt and seen things that normally people don't see, and that kind of things. And my mother was supporting me with those skills and those kind of sensitivities, that it's okay, and it's important, and it's interesting what you feel and see. And that's why I was like, okay. But when I was younger, I was trying to put my sensitivity down with drugs and alcohol, and like this is kind of basic story of a sensitive person, that when you come to this world and you come to these societies, you realize that your sensitivity is like a bad thing for you, because it creates a lot of pain, because the world is what it is, and the social circles and social ways of living is what it is, and they are really evil and cruel for sensitive person. So I was going through like really, really crazy life path, like rock and roll way of living, and then something crashed, and I felt I needed to isolate myself for a couple of years, like 4 or 5 years, just isolate myself and heal myself. And in those moments, I stopped all the drugs, all the alcohols, and that kind of behaviors. And I was, in a way, opening more for my real sensitivity, that why I was drinking, why I was doing those things. And then I started to go some ceremonies, like different kind of plant medicine ceremonies, and I was using a lot of plant medicines to help me to show me the real world, not the one that I tried to block in a way. So after that, there have been huge guidance to my life. Like in those moments, I have felt that some really big power have been guiding me and leading me to do things and leading me to my life path and my like purpose in this life as a soul. So that's why I realized that I have been studying media and journalism when I was younger, but now the media and everything, the whole world is in changed, and I realized that there is no space in my kind of person in normal mainstream media. I felt that there is no space for me. There is no that kind of things that I can do there, because there is so much entertainment and that kind of stuff that doesn't really like tell everything important what is going on. So I started to create my own media, my own music, my own podcast, my own way of being, and like be the change you want to see in the world in a way, in my own way. And yeah, now I'm just doing it, and yeah, like you and everyone else who have been realized that okay, if you don't fit in some mainstream, then you have to create your own, and that is the way how the world will change. That, yeah, so that is in a short part, but like rock and roll lifestyle, and then big healing episodes and guidance.
Thank you for sharing that, your vulnerability. And a lot of the things you say really resonate with my path. And I really appreciate that you're here also, because kind of the topic that we are going to talk about today is about, people that think that they need to compete. And we are doing a lot of similar things. Like we both have a podcast and doing energy work and things like that. So, instead of jealousy, trying to turn that into inspiration and like, wow, this woman is also doing what I'm doing. Yeah, let's support each other. Like that is the world I would like to see. So can you share a little bit more about your personal journey and experience with the sister wound? What that
Yeah.
is?
Yeah, I think that I realized that I have a sister wound in a way when I was younger, because okay, where to start? When I was in school, like really like 10 years old or something, I realized that there was so much like evilness between girls, that I was like in that I have always been sensitive person who have always been like really easily inspired. That when I see somebody who is like a girl who is beautiful and powerful and independent, and they have something, their own thing to do, my normal reaction is like, wow, that I am really like inspired, and I want to get more close to her, and I want to like ask and like learn from her, because I want those same things. And of course sometimes I feel that I am not enough, and those kind of jealousy feelings that everyone have. But still more bigger thing in me is that I'm very curious, and I want to go closer. But then it always ended up in a way that those girls who I wanted to be friends with, they turned against me, because I was also beautiful, I was also popular, I was also active, I was doing things, I was playing drums in a band, I was doing like many cool things, I have cool clothes, I was like stylish and that kind of things. So they hated me, and that was like, okay, sorry, that I realized that game between girls, that if you are stylish or beautiful, the other beautiful girls will hate you. And that was so like stupid, because but because I'm really aesthetic, I love aesthetics. So I love jewelry, as I love beautiful clothes, I love beauty. So that have been the biggest reason I have, like, that why many girls have been treated me like a threat in a way. And even I have never done anything to them. I was never the person who wanted to, fuck all the boys or have all the boys to me, or I have never been that kind of person. I was really like sensitive. So I wasn't like I didn't want the guys to like, my English sucks. I try to express myself with my poor English, but I was wondering that what I have done to those girls, because I wasn't done anything bad to them, and still they felt me as a threat. But so then I realized that it's some kind of jealousy. It's some kind of jealousy, and so they started to bully me in schools, and I have been bullied also in workplaces when I was working in media in Finland, one media house. So there was older women who were also putting me down a lot. Even I tried to be friends with them. So that have been the pattern, that I tried to be friend with some woman or girl, and they still hate me, even I tried to be friend with them. So that have been really hurtful, like really, really hurtful, that you are opening yourself, you are trying to connect, and the other one is having really bad eye on you. Even you are like, sorry, I tried my best, but still you can't be my friend, because I need to be more like guys or something. Because I saw in working place, I saw that there was some women who were looking more like masculine and acting really masculine. The other women were really like, they liked them more. But if you are feminine like me, I was feminine, I was putting feminine makeup, feminine look, then they hate me. So there was this kind of pattern that I needed to look like a guy that they will like me. But if I'm a woman, they hate me. And even they are feminists. So I was like, you are feminist, but you hate women who are feminine. So that is the pattern I have faced in my life.
Yes, it is very confusing, and I know with myself and with other women as well, like sometimes it's just easier to be among men because they don't have this kind of, they don't freeze you out in that way, and it's more like a chill, because it can be very fierce between women. And the interesting thing, when I started to dig into this topic, and what I've heard from other places, is that, like I said in the beginning, like the natural feminine is to cooperate and work together and take care of the village and the kids and all of that. And then we had this period, I think it was in the 16th century, where there were the witch hunts. So basically it was mostly in Germany, but in Finland and many parts of Europe, women were killed and burnt at the stake because they were said to be witches, because they did not agree with the Catholic Church, or they had like herbal medicine or something like this that was different. Even men that were homosexuals or anything different than the Catholic individual would be burnt. And they had this, so they burnt a lot of women. Like in some villages, they burnt all the women except for one woman. So there was one woman left to kind of procreate. And the interesting thing is that they had this system where if you rented out your sister or your friend to the church that she's a witch, you were safe. So this is where this kind of competition between women was created, where, if I would just tell them that you're a witch, I'm safe, even though I might be a witch as well. So then, people started to call on each other, and there was this competition. And, some people have this theory that from this time onward, we still have this kind of wounding of, trying to compete and you're not trusting other women and feeling like we are never safe around women. And that's why we have to kind of be in this competing state. What impact do you think that it has on women in general, that we behave in this kind of way?
That's a good question, because I have been witnessing that thing in female circles, like women circles that I have organized or attend. So there have been that same pattern that female people are like telling that I don't feel myself as feminine. I don't feel myself as belonging to feminine female groups because female girls and women have been so evil to them in their past lives, like their whole life. So they even don't want to be identified as a woman because they think that being a woman means that you are evil and you are close-minded in a way and competitive and untrustful compared to guys who can be like something bigger and more respectful or something. So I realized that pattern that, okay, whoa, that we women, we are so separated. We are so separated from each other. And then we are weak because of that in a way. So that have been like, been thinking that is that in a way one way to put us down and put the real power of feminine down, like patriarchal world have been in a way created that kind of story that there is a pyramid, that there is space only one or two women and others are under, like this kind of competition or some kind of like a pattern that there is this pyramid thing and only one can be the one or something, like really like poor way of see the whole world, because I see the whole world is more like a field, that this is like eternal field, eternal universe, which is just going bigger and bigger and bigger and bigger, and it's like huge, so there is space for more than one or two. Like really, that is the reality. And but they have the illusion is that there is this triangle and there is space only a couple of people who are, which is not true. So this is like one way to put females down, because when women are together as a group, they have huge power because they have womb, and womb is that kind of thing that males don't have, and it's a like sensing organ which can sense more information from this world, and it's also giving a lot of power and vital power, and it's really like powerful thing to have as a human being, that you have womb, and the power that feminine body carries is something that patriarchal world is afraid of it in a way. Men can be afraid of it, that female, they can born human from their body, babies, and they can create life, and they have this secret like sacred mystery inside of their body. So it can be really like a threat to some male who are ruling the world. So that can be also a way to put the females down with this put separation tactic. So yeah, because I think that when we are separated, we are really way more weaker than we can be, because I have good sisters behind me, and that is the luck of God that I have those sisters behind me. And I know that when I have those sisters behind me who are like really helping me when things go wrong in my life or some crisis or whatever happens, they are there. So without them, I would feel so much like more alone, so much more enslaved in a way, that I need to like play these games even more, because I am like, there is no, what is the word, turva, like there's no protection field, because the female group is the protection field behind my back and the safety, like deep safety. So when women don't have that, I think they are more easily to enslave.
Yeah, I think you really went to kind of the core of the thing. And this kind of comes also from the history that I was sharing of how it was the patriarchy that created this witch hunt. And then from that, we have had a continued kind of patriarchal society. I'm not saying that every man is oppressing women. It's not, but it is very ingrained in us. And we women are also participating in this because we
Yes.
are continuing this thing of, just like you are saying, like that is the way to make us weaker because we don't cooperate. And when we are together, we have that true, powerful, feminine, you know, feminine power. And I think that's been kind of the underlying, maybe not even something that the people are so aware of. Men are not even aware of that, but it's just some structure that has been created of where women are kind of separated. And I think this is also part of the society we live in now, where we think that is, for us to be, for feminists to take power, we have to be super independent, we have to be masculine. But
Yes,
no,
like
that's not
men.
really, yeah, we think we have to be like men. Well, that is actually, I don't think that benefits anyone, not women, not men, not kids. Like, aren't we supposed to be strong in our feminine? Like, I don't think the way to change the world, like, I was in the financial industry, and they're trying to get more women to become CEOs and more women to lead. And okay, that's great. But if you get more women into leader positions and into politics, and they are acting in a masculine way, then we are not actually changing society. Like, we have to get a whole new way on how to live this life. So that's where we can, as women, me as well, like I'm also, I also can feel jealousy and competition, and feel a lack in myself. So that is a place where I can think about my own actions and my thoughts and start questioning them. Like, how is this really empowering me? How is this empowering women, that I'm comparing myself constantly to these other women? Do you have any tools for how women can navigate these emotions in a more healthier way if they have jealousy or competition? Like, what are some ways that they can use to deal with these emotions?
What I have been using is that when I see some person that I'm really, really like jealous for, like she has something, like some kind of skill or some kind of things that I feel that, oh, I want those same things. So I feel lack in me, and I feel that I am not enough, and that kind of feelings and jealousy. And then I need to be really aware that if there comes like those black snakes from my brains that are trying to make her look like bad person or judge her, in that moment you have to be really, really aware that, okay, now I'm trying to judge her to make myself feel better. That because if you feel better in you when you judge someone or try to destroy her image or name, or try to like speak bad, speak shit behind back or whatever, if you feel better by judging someone, you have to realize that you are the jealousy is leading you, that this is not true. And the truth is that you are admiring and respecting her. That is the truth. But when there is those patterns, they turn the respect down. And then I normally, in those moments, I feel, I turn inwards and I feel like, okay, what if I am in her shoes right now? What if I am her? How does it feel if my kind of person is judging her because she's doing so great work? That you are doing great work, you are doing your best, you are succeeding with your own skills and your own work you have done and those things, and somebody is trying to put you down. How does it feel? That like going to her shoes, that how does it feel that you are really like, yeah. So then awareness is the key, that you are aware of your thoughts, you are aware of your emotions, and you question them, that and question those like, because when you judge someone who you really respect and admire, it will feel good shortly, but after a long period of time, and like if you want to really like evolve in this life, you have to turn those things down, because if you really meet someone who is doing things what can inspire you, that the judging her is making you go further from the goal you are going, and get inspired and goes closer to her, and trying to learn from her is taking you more closer to your own goal. Yeah, my English accent tried to, but like, like there is like two ways you can go. You can go back with jealousy, or you can go further with the inspiration. And always like Jesus told us, that make those things to others that you want them to make you. So that is the golden rule. I'm always saying and always asking from myself, that what if I am in her shoes? How does this feel, that what I am doing right now to her or anyone else? So, because then if you are judging everyone around you who is doing nice things and beautiful things in this world, you are just putting down people who are maybe changing this world to a better place. You are like guys normally are not that competitive in that way, because they are seeing each other maybe in like a joukkue, like a group.
Yeah.
Group of people who are doing the same things, like group of warriors who are changing the world. So can we see those things in the same way as females, as women, that we are also a group of warriors who are doing the same thing, and we are changing the world? So if you see a warrior sister who is doing the same thing, can you feel like, yes, nice, I'm not alone? And we need all of us. We need all of the work that conscious people do, and people who try to change these patterns and try to make the consciousness of humankind rise. We need all of those people's, everyone's work. So don't be the rock in the shoe, be more like the wind, what is like blowing like the sisters and other warriors to go bigger wave. And like, because it's all about humanity, it's all about our common future, it's all about our survival as a species, like humanity. So it's this all is about something way much more bigger than our like really lack-minded small games. Yeah. So remember, the bigger picture also helps me to navigate with those feelings, that okay, I remember what we are doing and why we are here. We were here evolving this humanity, so this sister is doing the same. So yes, thank God she's doing the same, because then our work is more powerful.
Absolutely. And really, like you're saying, awareness is the first thing, and then starting questioning our own thoughts. And when if we notice that we're just like judging and thinking that, oh, I don't like her and she's doing this, and then question, why am I in this state of lack? Why am I not in the state of abundance? Nature is abundance. Yeah. The world is abundant. There is so much of everything. Like if someone is succeeding in what you want to do, that means that you can also do it, because she is actually a living example of what you want to do. So that's amazing. And like, even in this healing field where it's like, oh, there's another healer or there's another therapist or something, like, oh, it's competition. But no, if we have enough people helping the world and enough people healing, then we don't need to work. We will have a wonderful world. Like really, like you're saying, like what is the big picture of humanity? Like we need every healer, we need everyone to step into their power, to step into their highest potential, and then we will all benefit from it, because society will become better as a whole, because we will feel better.
next generation, we are also creating this world for the children that comes. So it's not only about us, that if there's many healers coming, many podcasters, many truth speakers, many dancers, artists, singers, whatever people who are like coaches and like spiritual guides, whatever, writers. So it's all creating new sphere for our next generations also, that they can feel that, okay, I feel guidance for be a speaker. So those people, there's many speakers out there, so I can go also, like, yeah.
Absolutely.
Yeah, so the lack mentality is the weapon in a way. Because that is brainwash. All of those things, they are brainwashed, they are not truth. They are not reality. They are brainwash patterns. And we are breaking those patterns right now, and that is the way that we free our souls from the slavery.
Yes.
In a big picture.
Absolutely. And I think like if you see someone and you notice that you want to think about something negative about that person or say something negative, just like turn it. I try to just I love you, like in my mind, like really I just love, because I try to send love, because that is, like you say, the golden rule. What is it that I want to be projected to me? That is what I should project to the world.
Yeah. And also, of course, if there is traumas and there is like really hard emotions, then it's also important to go to those memories that, okay, I have this lack mentality. It comes from this and this memory from my childhood when there was competition created by adults or school or something, and there was shaming, and there was like really like dysfunctional behaviors and dysfunctional patterns. So you have to go to those memories and really heal that child with your inner adult, that this is dysfunctional, what you are experiencing right now, but it doesn't mean that this whole world is like this, and this is the way how the world acts, and this is, yeah. So of course there is a lot of trauma healing we have to do with those emotions to feel safer, to feel safe to support others. That is also like trauma behavior in us. And of course those witch hunt things also create huge trauma to feminine gender, and like, yeah, so there's a lot of healing to do, but we have to do it, because I don't want to live in that kind of world that we are doing a lot of work as women. We're doing a lot of great work. We are doing so amazing stuff, and then other women can't support you. It sucks so much. Like no, I don't want to live in that kind of world where your success is creating only negative feelings with your sisters. That is not good place to be, and like that is not good like world to live in that kind of, yeah.
Absolutely.
So we all have to face these things.
Yes. And questioning, just like you say with trauma, it's not taking any thought for the face value, but really looking at what is it that this is trying to teach me, and where does it come from? What's the root cause? Why am I feeling this kind of, how can I release it? Maybe journal about it. Why is this, where can it come from? And that's a way to start working on those processes that can then untangle the whole thing. And that is a way, I think, to our highest potential, because our highest potential is not to press everyone down until we are at the top.
Yeah, and then they push you down.
Yeah.
So that is that is not leading anywhere.
Exactly. So abundance instead of lack mindset. So, and now I want to do an example and really share what you have to offer. So if you want to share what's your Instagram channel or social media channel, and what offers do you have coming up next year for people to enjoy and take part of?
Yeah, my Facebook is Marleena Arianna. There is my artist page, and Instagram also Marleena Arianna. I do music and post podcast and writings and poetry, art, many kind of things, and also some events And yeah, so next year there's coming my own brand, where is natural cosmetics, like ecological cosmetics, and also some clothing brand and many kind of things. I'm really like, in this moment I'm really like giving a birth to my own brand, where is everything I do like in one box, or in one like under one logo and one name. So I'm in middle of this kind of chaotic birthing process. So yeah, so but yeah, there is coming a lot of stuff, and also in English, and some things are Finnish but also in English. And yeah, so Instagram, and also in YouTube I have Marleena Ariana, where is my music videos and music.
Cool. I will put those in the description so people can access them easily, and following on social media is probably the easiest way to find out what you're doing next year and all that when you're launching your product. So I think that's so exciting that you're following your path, and that I just wish for every woman and man to just, you know, find that own path of what it is truly that they want to be doing, and you know, lifting each other up. I think that's the way for a more and more beautiful world.
Yeah, and you can also be the change you want to see in the world. If there is female around you who are jealous and who are competitive, you can be the one who is breaking the pattern, because the example is the biggest power you can have. And by learning by example is the biggest way human learn, when they monkey see, monkey do. Because if you do it, everyone else can also like start to do the same. So all of us, we can be the change. And yeah.
Absolutely. It starts with the man in the mirror, like really, like, what can I do to make this a better place?
Yeah.
Perfect. Thank you so much for joining me today. And I wish everyone a beautiful, beautiful day.
Sounds good. Sounds good.